Now, just so I do not show my actual private parts, I have to be careful. I have to unroll the shirt because I'm naked below that, as in these are my actual, what you would wear as boxers. But because it is long, it is fine, like it does not actually show. So, alright, so now I actually, under trousers also it was actually rolled up and I just unrolled it. I do wear obviously these modern, I do not think anything like that, like actual shirt blazers, not shirt to sock. Already shirt to sock blazers would have been very avant-garde, they might have existed, but surely shirt blazers alone would not have been well, so I would have existed. And if any did exist, I never saw any pair, even in the museum, so try to find it on eBay. I did try, I found nothing, so these are new, made in China. The Chinese make a lot of those, so technically not second hand, but I could not find second hand ones. So it's a bit of elastic, it's not made with animal fibers anyhow. So I show them where it is, I will just show them more. So obviously this is very where it gets uncomfortable in that, because it is so stiff, and I have the undershirt, the waist and shirt, and then the super stiff shirt, especially the bosom is super stiff. But so how these are very interesting, how they work, and they are the only ones that they are the best ones, because so stiff the bosom is that, and especially since the shirt, which makes it even less practical, is not a coat shirt, it has to be pulled with the head. So and back then, in the early 20s, I don't think I had already invented, or that shirt does not have it, that very practical sort of gap slit underneath the bosom to help inserting studs. It does not have that, so it's very hard to button, and especially to button, it's very hard. I'm just taking these offset, where they insert, they like screw in literally, or they don't really screw in, they just pop into, to the top, pops into the bottom. And really, especially once it is fast, freshly landed and super stiff, like once I first wore it for the photograph on Instagram. Without that system, I do not know how I would have buttoned that shirt from, because it was so bloody straight, unwrinkleable and stiff. I have to be careful. If you dress like I do it in a bathroom, you are sure you will not lose the studs, because in a bedroom, you know, it gets underneath beds and all. And see, then they fall down. And that's the reason for which all, again, do not have stud pockets like they do on more modern. There's a reason why I do not have stud pockets then, because it would be harder to push in. When I wear them, I really have to push them in through the other buttonhole and then hold them in place like with the pressure of my finger, because I'm right-handed, I use my left hand, push it whilst I insert the top part. And obviously, once with the stud pocket, it will make it basically impossible to do. And where it becomes very hard is every time I have to clip those on last, because I have to actually do that. I don't really do it because it would show my genital, but I have to really go underneath like that, which also wrinkles the shirt. But this is the only possible manner to do it. Or I would have, but I live alone, but otherwise I would need somebody to actually help me, and even then it would actually help, because then I would have to press against the chest, and it might not even work, then I do not know. So this bow tie is very inaccurate. I already talked about that, so blasted. Now the collar is also hard to button. I have original studs, these are probably even 1890s studs, but I'm not upper class, I mean, they're just common studs made out of plated metal. So I use the longest stud for the collar because it is so bloody stiff, and also the band collar of the shirt itself is super stiff too. And what I do, which is more practical and also which makes it look more like a more proper full-in collar, is to actually pass through the stud. So to do it like that, so to basically button the right-hand side of the collar directly to the first in the right-hand side band collar, and then button the left-hand side of the shirt over the left-hand side of the collar, and then the left-hand side of the collar back on directly over it. That makes sense there. And now I will wear, wait. Also, when it's very stiff like that, I learned that a long time ago. Especially if you wear a removable collar, which is also stiff. And if this is very stiff, the band collar of the shirt, or whatever type of collar is actually off the shirt, will be super stiff. And if you wear a collar on top, it makes it all even stiffer. Do not button the shirt fast, whether the coat shirt buttons all the way through, or pull over the shirt like that one. I have to hurry up, I have no more battery. Instead, button the collar first, and then you can pass your hands to help button the collar. And then, very quickly, before my camera has no more battery, I just pull it off. See how stiff and bloody it is? So, the waist cincher is a too small H&M waistcoat that imitates an Edwardian style waistcoat. And I heavily starched it as heavily as one could, so it sort of cinches me in, which makes the whole thing even less comfortable and adds a layer. And now it got softer throughout me perspiring in it. Like that. And this is where the first layer one, which is that undershirt. That's the normal modern undershirt I will use until it wears out in cotton. So that is how I do it. Whew. End of the video. Was it really the end? Yes, it is. I just want to say